Okay, couldn't resist. This is gonna be like a part two of that first video, that other video, the last video I made, right? Um, about life and religion. Okay, this I guess this part is more about life. Um, but yeah, be careful what you do, man. Teach your children a better way. Listen to me. Hear me out. Get your shit together, right? Make sure you have enough money to take care of them kids, or don't have them, because it makes for a bitter, resentful child. Even if they don't lash out at you, even if they don't show it to you, they still have bitter resentment. Just think about yourself. Think about how you feel towards your parents if you had the type of parents that wasn't able to give you what you needed as a child. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't love them. It just means that you have some sort of bitterness and resentment towards them. I know I do for my mother. I love my mother, but it's like, I wish that you and my father could have got along and been together and really gave us and me and my brothers a good life or a better life. And now I can't complain. I was taken care of. We got to go to the movies. We got to go to little water parks and stuff. My mom did a good job. I did get a vehicle when I turned 15. Well, actually, my daddy gave me his old Cadillac when I turned 15, but it was, a fixer upper, and it just, wasn't the best for a little 15-year-old working at KFC. So when I turned 16, Dukes ended up going to get me I ended up having an Explorer. I think it was a 97 or something like that. I can't remember. Maybe it was 2000. I don't know, but she got me a little Explorer. So, you know what I mean? I'm not sitting here saying that I had a terrible upbringing. Now, there was times where the lights was off. There was, well, not long periods of times, but the light has, I'm just simply saying I wasn't no privileged child, but we was taken care of, man. Was there times that there wasn't, food in the house? Yeah, because when moms end up going on disability at a certain point in her life because of her ailments, arthritis and diabetes and stuff like that, and times got hard, and during those times I had to step up, but I'm just saying, with a two-parent household, things would have been better. Point blank, period. Um, and maybe with a father in the house, but things worked out how they worked out. Maybe with a father, I would have been a different person. I don't know, but I like the way I am now. So everything worked out the way it was supposed to in my situation. Now, I can't remember the thing. I think the dude's name is Cooley. I think it was Cooley. He's trying to tell this girl that there's two ways that a man can become a man, and or a male can become a man. That's one is if his father teaches him, because they right, a woman can't raise no man. They don't know what we go through. You know what I mean? And yes, man can raise a woman. Or I'll put it like this: I think a man can do a better job at raising a woman than a woman can do it at raising a man. And I say that because a man thinks logically. See what I'm saying? If a man has to go out and ask a woman, hey, my baby is gonna go through this period in her life. Do I go with wings? Could you help me out with this? He's more inclined to go figure it out for his baby. See what I'm saying? He wants the best for his baby girl. So he gonna go find the best woman that he know, even if it's his mama or ex or a friend at work. He's gonna go find somebody to help him in this situation because that's the logical thing to do. A woman, I don't need no man. I don't need no man. So now your son, who needs a man or a male influence, is not getting it because of your bitterness, you know, because you feel like you don't want no man hitting on you or nothing like that. So you not gonna go above and beyond. You just gonna try to do it on your own. And that's how you had come up with these feminine, brainwashed, emotional men nowadays. But anyway, so Kula was telling this woman the only way a male can become a man is one, if a man is teaching him how to become a man, or two, he figured it out on his own. And I'm in total agreement with that. I'm the man that figured it out on his own. Manly man, stand on 10. Um, but yeah, uh, make sure you have what you need, even a significant other, to raise your child, because your child shouldn't be helping you with bills. Your child shouldn't be worried about it's getting close to school time and we ain't got nothing we need. Your child shouldn't be worried about, oh, I need a haircut. Your child shouldn't be worried about, oh, I need a new dress for this. You know what I mean? Oh, my sweet 16 is coming up. Am I going to be able to get a car? My friends got cars. So and so got a car. If I do get a car, is it going to be a nice car? Is it going to be a beater? Hell, mom ain't even got a car. How am I going to get a car? Your child shouldn't have to worry about things like this. Having to go get a part-time job and still go to school just so they can make a little extra money and they can have some money to take to school to eat at lunch. You know what I mean? Your child should not have to be worried about that. And that goes on into young adulthood. You should be the one that done saved up money all these years to be able to get your child a decent vehicle and give them enough money for a starter home or something. Even if they go off to college first and then they come back and then they ready to start their life. And then you give them the money, or you say, oh well, it's time for them to go out branch on their own, and you can either tell them the budget or you can whatever the case may be, but you got the money in the account for them. You ain't got to tell them all of the money that you got. You ain't got to, you know what I'm saying? But when it's time for them to get an apartment, you go, they need first, last month, rent, whatever, direct deposit, boom, you got that. Or, or you help them get a trailer or a starter home or something. You should be able to help them in these situations. That's your job as their parent. You know what I mean? So that in itself is going to take a lot of stress off of your children, which are going to become adults. See what I'm saying? So once they become adults, if they had a good, well-rounded upbringing, they know about religion, they know about sex, they know about love, they know about hate, they know about pain, they know about everything. They know about drugs, they know about the streets, they know about aliens, they know about interterrestrial, extraterrestrial, they know about all of this. You didn't, at some point in time, you didn't had a conversation with them. This is what's what well-rounded is, not just one mindset. Most of these parents ain't raising their children; they just taking care of them. They feeding them and clothing them until they get old enough so they can send them out on their own with no money, with barely any information, with nothing. Now they slow and incompetent and handicapped in the real world because you wasn't financially, emotionally, spiritually, and everything else ready to have children, but you had them trying to figure it out as you went along, but you never really figured it out. Now that may be a hard pill for you to swallow, but it is what it is. You need to hear this because maybe your child is going through this right now. Maybe your child resents you right now and is bitter towards you right now. And you don't even know it because they're looking at you like you broke, busted, and disgusted. See what I'm saying? You. My dad ain't in my life, so you ran him away. I could clearly see it was you because I see how he is and I see how you is and I see what the problem is. So a lot of times it be these women running these men away. Okay, and take it how you want it. You have women getting so upset, but just look at the vast amount of women out here who just don't have children's fathers. They have baby daddies. They live in broken homes. Just look at the vast amount of situations that that where that is the situation. It's the norm now. So anyway, you are the catalyst that's gonna create the mindset and lifestyle that your child is going to have to endure for the rest of their life. Okay? Because it's going to be you that's going to be supposed to be feeding their mind, soul, body, pockets. So when they get older, they ain't got to worry about stressing and struggling because you gave them a good head start. You put money. Now, if they screw up after that, that's on them. But if you put money in their pocket, you got them a place to stay, you got them a decent vehicle, and you put knowledge in their head, you gave them the best start that you could possibly give them. Don't be just preaching religion. Oh, you got the God said and this. Shut up. Don't just be preaching streets. Well, you got to whip it like this. Boy, you got to, you know what I'm saying? Don't be just showing your child your slutty behavior and your ratchetness and your loudness. And they got to have a well-rounded mindset. That way, they know how to deal with different situations when they get older. And I'm harping on this because the parents are, just think about where you are in your life. You see what I'm saying? Think about where your friends, family, cousin, people in your life, and think about their upbringing. The parents are the ones that start it all off. They're going to be the ones that's going to, you know, you get what I'm saying, man. You get what I'm saying. They're going to make your life easier or harder depending on what they do when when you coming up. So that's first off. But once you're an adult, uh, despite whether you had that good upbringing that I just mentioned or you didn't, once you become an adult, you have decisions to make and responsibilities. So it's at that point where you have to say, and then also teach your children that what they do at a young age can affect them for the rest of their life. Getting themselves into debt, like, that's why I said you need to be the one that makes sure they're financially well off. Because um, if they out here trying to create their own accounts, or if they out here trying to create, I cannot see, but the reflection on my glasses is annoying. If they're the ones out here trying to uh, build accounts and stuff like that, and it's messing up their credit, and they build in debt, college funds, trying to go get bank accounts, and then not paying them off because they lost their job or something like that. Things like that is gonna screw them up financially in the future. Also, getting a whole bunch of tickets, getting into car accidents. You got to let them know to be careful and cautious when they're out there in the world, because them tickets can affect you in the long run. They say, oh, you say, oh, you want to go get a job doing this, but you've had this fender bender within the last 10 years, or you've gotten these tickets within the last 5 years. You know what I'm saying? That comes back to bite you, losing your license. Oh, now you can't do this. Uh, this job may be an easy job for you, but you can't get it because you don't have a license. Things of that nature. So what they do at a young age can affect them in the future. Let them know that having children is another big one. You having children at such a young age can affect you in the future. So let them know that things that they do can affect them in the future. That way, when they become you, when they become your age, they got a better understanding of life. So again, so now when you're an adult, you got these responsibilities and decisions to make. So again, be cautious of who you lay down with to have sex with, because that's going to affect your life. I'm giving you tips and tools that's going to affect your life. You know what I mean? Um, because of who you lay down with, and not only for children's sake, for your sake, because laying down with the wrong person could mess with your mental. You know what I mean? It could cause you heartache and pain, um, especially for women, because it's different. It used to be. I don't know with all the chemicals that they pumping into these kids nowadays. I think they messing with with certain lobes in their head with the chemicals that they pump into them. Ain't no telling what's. That's another reason why I'm scared to have children, because I don't want to bring them into this jacked up world. You know what I mean? I think this was like 2 videos ago that I was talking about this, but I don't want to bring them into this jacked up world. You know, I don't want to have to make the decision whether they should get shots or not, because I don't know what they put in the vaccinations. I don't know what you know, it used to be just called a shot, but after the jab thing, the whole um the cold, you know what I'm talking about, right? The pandemic thing. I don't know if you can say that, but after that, and then they asked you to get the little, everything became vaccinations. So hepatitis vaccination, this vaccination, flu vaccination, measles vaccination. It's called vaccinations now. But anyway, um, that's another reason, man. I don't want to have to make that decision. I don't want to have to not do it, and then my child gets sick. But I don't want to have to do it, and then they instead again, it's a hard pill to swallow. But if I'm living out there on that land by myself, taking care of these kids, letting them get out there in that weather, build up their immune system. They eating fresh, organic vegetables. They maybe even drink a little water from the stream or whatever. You see what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But again, be careful who you lay down with, because children are a big responsibility. And if you're not ready for that, that's one major thing that could affect your life, because you have to feed these kids, you have to feed these children, you have to clothe these children, you have to watch after these children. So when you could be out having fun, enjoying enjoying life, hop on your motorcycle, hop in your convertible, hit the coast. You know what I'm saying? Take a nice little ride, and or go to a water park, you and your friend, or go to the movies or whatever. You gonna be limited in doing that stuff because you got these children. Somebody call you up and say, hey, we finna go to this cabin in the woods just for the weekend. I know you off. Do you think you want to go? But you ain't got no babysitter. See what I'm saying? So you can't go. You ain't got the money to go. Say all you need is $100. You ain't got $100 to spare. So because like I said, you got all these other responsibilities. You stretched thin. You got these babies to take care of, and the little money that you're making, you done overexerted yourself. You got something that you shouldn't have. You paying for something that you shouldn't be paying for because you wanted to live a certain lifestyle, but it wasn't it wasn't for you because you couldn't financially afford it. So anyway, that's another thing when it comes to them children. Be careful who you sleep with, because you want a significant other that's gonna be there by your side through it all. You don't want nobody you have to give ultimatums to. You don't want nobody that you have that's just gonna leave you high and dry. Men, you don't want no woman who's gonna hold no baby over your head. Like I said, giving you ultimatums and you know what I'm saying. Me, you also don't want no woman that'll make you take care of a baby that she know ain't you, cause she done she done did the math on who she was sleeping with when she was sleeping with him. So she know who the baby daddy is. She know that the baby daddy is Lil John from on the other side of town. But meanwhile, she telling you the daddy, and you taking care of the daddy, and then you need a kidney, and you test your son because he's 21 now, and then you find out he ain't yours or something like that, a blood transfusion or something. He need a blood transfusion, and you trying to give him one, but y'all they find out that y'all not only that y'all not a match, but uh he ain't your son. So anyway, be careful with the children aspect. Also, when it comes to love, be careful. Again, this, like I said, be careful who you lay down with, because being getting with the wrong person could jack you up too. It could financially, emotionally, spiritually. These words with these alleles on it are big parts of our lives. So you need to make sure you're with the right person, because it's a terrible thing to be with somebody for 10, 15 years and then just realize, you know what, this ain't gonna work. Now, I was talking about me and my ex in my last video, how we was together for 10 years, right? And we broke up. But guess what? I still love her. She still loved me. Eventually, after, I think it's been like 8 years now, but eventually, after so many years of us being broken up, I think it might have been like 4 years maybe. Yeah, like maybe not even that long. Let's say 2 to 4. I know that's a big gap, but let's just say 2 to 4. After 2 to 4 years, we were back talking. It wasn't on no get back together type thing, more on a friendship thing, but we still loved each other. And when we talk to each other, or when we around each other, it's still like those feelings are still there, and you know what I mean. It's like we still go together. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not gonna just be looking at no other female, disrespecting her like that while I'm with her. You know what I mean? But we ain't going out kicking it. Like, I might go up there and you know kick it for a little bit in the front yard, have a little conversation or something like that. But we're not going out on no dates or nothing like that. But even if we did, so what? You know what I mean? I think we have gone out a couple of places. But what I'm saying is, we still got love for each other, because I'm grown, she grown, and when we broke up, it wasn't on no I hate you type joint. It was just like we just grew apart. So even to this day, we still communicate. Keep in touch. Um, I went down there and kicked it with her not too long ago. Now don't get it twisted. I'm still single and ready to mingle, and I'm looking for my queen, most definitely. But I'm just saying, we didn't work out. But I was young. I was only 18 when we got together, and she was kind of like my first girlfriend. Like I said, I didn't have much luck growing up with girls. Didn't know what to say to them, all that type of stuff. So anyway, um, love is another one. Be careful who you love. Be careful who you get with, because like I said, I was young back then, and uh, it wasn't as serious as it is in your older age. It was still serious, because life could have went in a whole nother direction, but it went the way that it went. You know what I mean? So anyway, those are two. Like I said, love. Be careful who you get with. Children. Another one is, don't live beyond your means, man. This is like I said. This is all pertaining to life. If you want a more enjoyable life, these are tips and tricks that you can do. Hold on. These are things that you can do that's gonna help you. So another one is living beyond your means. Don't go out there and get that bill that you don't need, man. Like I said, don't go out there and get no $20,000 vehicle with bad credit that's gonna put you at making uh, $400 payments every month plus the insurance. See what I'm saying? Don't go get that. Go get you a nice $10,000 vehicle, $5,000 vehicle, where you can make $200 to $300 payments with a lower insurance rate. You see what I'm saying? Oh, my hand. But Don't go living somewhere where you can't afford it. Um, what else? Don't go going to get no furniture and TVs and stuff from these renter center places and you know furniture places if you can't afford it. Now, me personally, everything in my house is paid for, but a lot of the stuff I got from thrift stores, um, marketplace, and a few things off the side of the road. But if you came into my house and you seen, you would never suspect that I got it from those places. So yeah, marketplace is a great place to get furniture. I've gotten several things from there. Um, I got one of those semicircle couches, and it has a metal console with plugs and USB ports and stuff in it. I got that couch from dirt cheap for $50, brand spanking new. $50, brand new. And it was because it doesn't matter how I got it. It was all legit. They marked it down. I just bought it. Um, but yeah, go to thrift stores, go to marketplaces, Facebook Marketplace, go to yard sales, and you'll find what you need because one man's trash is another man's treasure. Most times, people got what you need for the most part. You ain't got to go out there and try to impress people. Most of the time, people get all that shit to put in their houses, and then people don't ever come to their houses. That's crazy, ain't it? But yeah, that's another thing. Don't overexert yourself. Make sure you got some wiggle room. Make sure after you pay all your bills, get your toiletries, get gas and groceries and stuff. Make sure you got a couple hundred, at least 200, $200 to $300. You know, I guess depending on your tax bracket, right? Depending on your tax bracket. Me personally, in bills, I spend about a little bit over 1,000 a month, and that's with toiletries and stuff included, lights, water, internet, rent, three insurance payments, toiletries, uh, food, about a little bit over $1,000 a month. And then, you know, I have what I have left over. So yeah, don't stretch yourself so thin that you got to spend every last dime you got on a bill. That's gonna help you in life, man. That way, when somebody say, "Hey, man, we finna go to the movies. You wanna go?" Yeah, yeah, man. Let me go get dressed. So somebody tell me that we finna go to the movies. Look, man, it don't take me but 30 minutes to get myself together because all my clothes and stuff are folded up and hung up. I know what to do. Pick out my clothes, get my underclothes, take them in the bathroom with me. Uh, Hop in the shower, get a shower. I wash thoroughly. Just so you know, I bathe thoroughly. You know what I'm saying? I wash my behind 2 to 3 times while I'm in the shower. I make sure that I'm clean. You know what I mean? But I know what to do, so I don't have to dilly dally. I get out, dry off, put on my clothes, brush my teeth, come in. Put on my underclothes, brush my teeth, put on my deodorant, come in my room, throw on my clothes, put on my cologne, my socks, my shoes, my belt, uh, put on some moisturizer. I make my own with shea butter, olive oil, and some other ingredients. Um, put on my jewelry. Well, this always stays on. I don't ever take this off, but put on the rest of my jewelry if I'm gonna wear any. Brush my hair, moisturize it if I need to, and grab my wallet, my cell phone, and I'm ready to go. We out the door. So we gonna go eat at this steakhouse. Cool, man. Whatever. Let's go. I can afford to go spend $50 on a steak meal or something like that. Then go to the movies, get some popcorn if I want to. I tell you what, when I go to the movies, I like to get the kids tray because it comes with one of those little bitty packs of chocolate. Usually it's M&Ms. It comes with some popcorn in one of the little slots, and you get a drink. I don't need to buy no extra large drink. Like that thing, that little kids tray only costs $5. You get popcorn, a drink, and some candy. And then if you need more candy than that, you can. Ain't nobody checking you at the door, patting you down. You can put a pack of Snickers or M&Ms or something in your pocket and make it in there. But then you pay $5 for all of this, right? You can refill that drink as many times as you want. But anyway, I'm just saying that to say this. You'll have extra money in your pocket so you can do what you need to do. Live life, enjoy it, love it. Now kids, like I said, they are great to have, but have them with the right person. So what else? You got children, you got love, you got what else I'll say? Not being stretched out, stressed in. Don't overexert yourself. Another one is um, energy. Stay away from negative people, man. My right, it's my left eye. My left eye is terrible. My right eye, if I close my left eye, I can actually see my face. But if I close my right eye, this eye's blurry as shit. Anyway, stay away from negative people, man. Be around people who got a positive attitude, who are like-minded. You know what I mean? Who you can have a conversation with and agree with this person at least 90% of the time. You know what I mean? At least 90% of the time. Maybe that 10% y'all don't agree on nothing much. And you can even say, let's say agree with them at least 70% of the time. But you want to agree with them more often than not. You see what I'm saying? It ain't nothing wrong with having a disagreement. It's cool, you know. That way you have a nice little conversation back and forth. And because when you agree upon everything, it's like it can get kind of boring. Because you're like, yeah, man, I can see, yeah. But if you got a disagreement every now and then, now you're able to try to persuade this person a little bit, just, you know, doing something, you know. But nah, man, so, but what if you seen it like this, though? And this is this and this and this. Okay, well, look, I can see it from your point of view, but hear me out on this. You see what I'm saying? Having a conversation. So, again, keep negative people out your life. If y'all disagreeing 70% of the time, then that ain't somebody that you want to hang out with all the time. You know what I mean? That goes back to lovers. Keep negative lovers out of your life. Be with somebody who gonna love you, man. Who gonna care for you and look out for you and want to protect you and all of this good stuff. Um, yeah, so that's another one. Keeping negative energy out of your life. I know I do. I'll sit in my house by myself day in and day out. I have done so for a long time. I hang with people every now and then, but for the most part, I stay with myself. Because, see, a lot of people don't know these other rules to life that I've been giving you. So they stretched out, they stressed out, they struggling, they in a bad place mentally, they in a bad place financially, they in a bad place spiritually. You know, they in a bad place emotionally, you know what I mean? And it causes them to be in a negative headspace and it leaches out, it manifests it. Their aura is a negative one. They don't have a beautiful benefiting from them. And in those cases, you just be like, I gotta stay away from you. You know what I mean? Because, you know, you're bringing me down, man. So that's another one, man. Keeping your energy intact. And in order for you to have a good energy and a high energy, you got to be living in some way, form, or fashion in the way that I'm explaining to you, or I have been explaining to you, because it's not rocket science. People think that you have to be a psychologist, psychiatrist, whatever. I don't really know the difference, but you have to go to school and all this shit to know how people operate. No, there's only so many different type of people in the world, and if you're paying attention to these different type of people, you know who you're coming across when you come across them. So you don't have to have no doctorate in being a shrink to understand what people are going through and then understand how to fix their issue. Because I'm telling you what it is right now. Now, sometimes people have underlying mental issues where some screws are in the wrong place in the mind or they're not tightened or whatever. That could be the case. I guess bipolar and schizophrenic and all of that stuff. When it goes that deep, then that's something else. Maybe you need some, but even then, I believe those are man-made diseases because it's like it's the chemical imbalance that you're experiencing. It's the effects of the chemical imbalances that you're experiencing, the nutritional imbalance that you're having, and so on and so forth because of the things that you're pumping into your body and the things that are being put into your body through the clothes you wear, through the sheets you sleep on, through the food you eat, through the consciousness that you breathe. Because my boy 607 Onk said we breathe in consciousness. And I'm inclined to believe that because it makes a lot of sense. He said if you stop breathing, I guess you're not getting oxygen to the brain, so to speak, but you know, your other organs are still functioning for a longer period of time than your brain function. You know what I mean? You have a stroke and your brain starts going haywire. Now, when you come back to, you slobbing out of the mouth and your arm don't work. You know what I mean? Uh, but anyway, like I said, that brain is a very intricate part of your well-being. So, um, well, sorry guys, I lost my train of thought there at the end. I can't remember what I was talking about when I said breathing in consciousness. But anyway, maybe it'll come to me, maybe it won't. But this has been a part two about life, man. And a few things that you can do in your life that's gonna um, help you enjoy it a lot more. So we said financially, don't stretch yourself out. Be careful who you have children with. Um, and my train of thought has just escaped me. But that's life. But anyway, you get the picture. And I hope this helps somebody. Leave some comments in the comment section below. And